Hey everyone, welcome to Danny Chats. This is episode number 24, and today I'm joined by Jareb, and Jareb is a Wilson's disease patient like myself. How's it going, Jareb?
Going fantastic, Danny.
Brilliant. And where are you calling from?
I am calling from California, Apple Valley, the high desert.
The hot desert. Yeah, nice. We had snow here today. How's your weather?
Getting hot. It's about the 80s. 80s Fahrenheit.
Yeah, a lot hotter than ours then. So, do you want to tell us a bit about your story? So, when was you diagnosed with Wilson's disease?
I was diagnosed when I was about 12 years old.
Ah, okay.
So,
So quite a
uh,
while ago.
mm-hmm. Now I'm
Yeah.
20, 27. I was young. Yeah, I was young, but like I said, took a little time to get diagnosed because I always had felt like my mom felt like I was having problems. I was always tired, always sleeping. So she trying to figure it out until a doctor appeared. When he, put my liver felt like getting large or inflamed. So I was like, we gotta check that out. Sent me to the specialist to get done. She did the liver biopsy and blood work and confirmed to be Wilson's disease.
Yeah. So you had an enlarged liver. Was your spleen enlarged as well?
I wouldn't know. Yeah, my mom doesn't recall that, or I don't recall that as well.
Yeah, because I had an enlarged liver and spleen. So like when they were doing the examination, they could feel it, under my rib cage. So yeah. So you got diagnosed at, you say, how old? 12?
12 years old, yep.
Yeah. And then so you can't really remember too much of that time of being in hospital.
Yeah, I did one liver biopsy. I did a little bit. It's nerve wracking. You don't know what you're doing or what's gonna be the outcome afterwards.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Scary time, isn't it? And then can you remember, I mean, was you on quite a lot of medication when you came out of hospital?
Yep. I was put on Cypring for I've been on it since now, or trying to, depending which version you get.
Yeah, yeah. And that's so you've been on the same drug since you come out of hospital and that's been working.
Hmm.
Yeah. Can you remember like what you were having before you were given the medication? So you said you were tired. Was there any other symptoms? Did you get nosebleeds?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, 'cause that seems
I
very
do.
common. You still get them now, do you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, more so when you were younger. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that seems very common for Wilson's disease patients. And then, so you were onto the medication. Then did you sort of, you must have had time off of school, and then did you go back to school?
Yeah, back to school and maybe like a week after.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I said, the brother. Yeah, just take the medication. Like I said, I didn't even have bad effects of Wilson's yet, so I
Yeah.
really wasn't. I wasn't being impaired by it.
Yeah. So I see. So they kind of caught it early, which is good.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's really good. And you were back to school and there was no problems. Can you remember what it was like, your attitude towards taking the medication? Because obviously, being a kid, you don't always want to take tablets.
Yeah, at first it wasn't bad. Just swallowing the pills. It was hard to remind myself to take them before school, and then two before I left, before we went to bed. My mom was on me always. Hey, kid, you take the pills? It's like,
Yeah.
no, let me go take them now.
Yeah,
So
yes.
it's a ritual now.
Same with my mum, yeah. I think that's part of parents' job, isn't it?
Yeah,
And do you have any brothers or sisters?
I do. I have three brothers.
Okay, and were they tested for Wilson's?
They were tested. The oldest negative. The one's a year and a half younger than me. He was tested. He came negative, but now after about 5 years after I got diagnosed, he got Wilson's. His Wilson's came up to light.
Okay,
He has
yeah.
now.
So he's on medication now as well, is he?
Yep, same one.
Yeah,
But he has more neuro symptoms than I do.
yeah. And
He has a different case.
yeah, every single case with Wilson's disease seems to be very different. Like, even in siblings, their cases are very different. And like, is there an age that you have to start paying for medication in America, or is it, from even at 12, your
12
parents?
hours on mom's insurance, and then they have one for kids that are just not able to have to get medication through their parents.
Yeah.
So for the cover of my medication, it was like I said, especially in the state of California, it's a lot easier in some other countries or even some other states in the United States.
Yeah, because I remember watching a documentary on Netflix called, I think it was called Dirty Money, and there's a feature on there on the Wilson's disease medication, and the cost of it in America is, horrendously high.
Yeah, it is. I looked at it recently. I was like, man, good thing I have insurance because I wouldn't be able to afford it.
Yeah, yeah, because that's extra stress, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
that affects you with how much work you can do. Because if you make too much money in the California, you can't have their medical plan.
Oh, okay, I see.
So yeah, I can't have a full-time job or make too much money, and you gotta pay for your own medication.
That's such a weird situation to be caught in, isn't it?
It is. So you're in the limbo of who do I. And, you try not to be considered lazy because you're not working, but if I work too much, I'm gonna lose my medication.
And you couldn't afford the medication because it's crazy money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you do photography, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's for now.
I've seen your Instagram page. That's how we got talking, and there's some great photos. When did you become interested in photography? Was that something you got, as a child you was interested in?
Not as a child. I was in my teenage years. I was into drawing. I was an artist.
Okay, cool.
But I drew, but nothing was. I wasn't really progressing to be recognized or anything. So I got bored of it. And then my mom always liked taking pictures. She was take pictures all the time. She always like, take this picture for me. I was always with her. So we got a new digital camera, but she couldn't figure it out. I was like, let me go at it. So I was like, I got a nice eye for this. So I've been doing it for the last 7 years.
That's really cool. So you kind of just took over your mom's digital camera and then got into it. That's really good. Like I say, I mean, you can tell that you're interested because your pictures are very good.
Thank you.
No worries. And how have you found it all with COVID at the moment?
Got COVID. It was an hacker. It was it's a blimp in the year,
Yeah.
but you learn to adjust, you learn to grind, find other means of income, and I was married the year before COVID, so I was newlywed as well.
Ah,
So
okay.
All new experiences all in 1 year.
All in 1 year. So yeah, you newlywed and then self-isolating together or isolating together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. And like you say, I suppose as a photography, there was points where you couldn't really go out and take pictures with people or of people.
Yeah, people, and that's it's kind of some photographers' bread and butter.
Yeah.
People to work you, what else you gonna do?
Yeah, if you do like mainly events and weddings and things like that, and everything's cancelled.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how have you found? Do you go traveling or anything like that since you've had Wilson's?
I did travel. I traveled to the Philippines for visit my wife or to meet her at the time.
That's really cool.
That is cool.
And you had to take your medication with you. How did you find that?
I did take it with me. The friend I was staying with in the Philippines, he had a fridge, so I can store it there. So kept it cool.
Ah, yes, because that's it. All your medication's got to be refrigerated, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's also a pain.
My thing is trying all the different kind of food there because they're big on high copper pork and shellfish.
Oh, yes, yeah, that's true. So yeah, and you follow a strict low copper diet.
Yeah, I kind of went off of it a little bit because after that trip, I had a doctor's visit the week after, and I had blood work that week done the same week. He says like, you ate everything, didn't you? I was like, yeah, I did.
I enjoyed myself.
I enjoyed myself. I was like, at least I'll get back on track.
Yeah, yeah, and you're still here now, so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
And how long was you out there for?
I was out there for a week.
Yeah, it's nice. I went to Thailand for a while. I like it. It's nice, nice out there.
Mm.
Yeah, brilliant. And what plans have you got for the year?
The year?
For the rest of this year?
Photography, get my business more expanded. Maybe travel after COVID subsides, and then see where it goes.
Yeah, yeah. And you say you're recently married. I mean, did your wife, did you tell her about Wilson's disease and everything? Did you have to explain it all?
I did when we first met. We were chatting on we met on Instagram, so we actually, we try to tell her how, some days how I am, and how I gotta take my medication, what foods I can't eat. So when she came here, she knew what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. It's nice that you can share it with someone and they're accepting. But then, it doesn't really take much of your life away, does it, Wilson's? You can, like you say, as long as you take your medication and you're eating the right food, you can just carry on like normal.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Working within my limits of activities. Like, okay, I can't physique myself. I'll be fatigued for the next day.
Yeah, yeah. I found fatigue was something that got me with Wilson's.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much for talking with me, Jareb.
Not a problem.
Yeah, it's been great chatting to you. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Nah, just to say, I know a lot of people who got diagnosed with Wilson's disease a lot later in their life, and they feel like the life is over because it's a disease that's rare, and it's if you look up the symptoms, looks like it's ending. But if you find what works for you, your doctor will help you with what medication will work for you, and then what you gotta do to keep your life, keep yourself healthy. And then you just you just work into that little box, and your life is successful.
Yeah, yeah, that's great advice. And like you say, I think looking up stuff online can get very scary.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I mean, when you was diagnosed, I don't suppose did you look much up for it, or did you just kind of have to go with what the doctors had told you?
I did. At the time when I was younger, I didn't really look for people who had Wilson's disease online at the time. And you feel like, I had my brother at the time. Like I said, I functioned pretty normal. It wasn't, but I was like, oh man, I got this problem because of Wilson's. This is
Yeah,
part of what I was. But like as I got older, it's like, I like connecting with people who have the same disease as I do, and I see how they dealing with it, and how they function, how they how their lives are going.
yeah, I like it on your Instagram. You always do like a little feature, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
Wednesday.
Yeah, give people a chance to ask you a question, and I'll put a link up to your Instagram so people can check out your photography.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Jareb.
Thank you.
Take it easy. Have a lovely afternoon.
You too.
Bye bye, buddy.